Malfeasance is one of the best PvE hand cannons in the entire game, especially when you pair it up with a Lucky Pants Hunter. It allows you to melt Grandmaster champions in the most satisfying of ways, and this is how you obtain Malfeasance and its catalyst. Darkness in the Light is the name of this quest, and it will automatically drop after your first Gambit win. If you can't find the quest, then check out the exotic archive in the tower. Step 1 of the quest simply requires you to go and talk to the Drifter, which you can find on the left side of the tower. Once you talk to him, he will give you step 2 and ask you to search for clues in the Dreaming City. The fastest way to complete this step is to simply launch into the Shattered Throne dungeon and walk up to the first mini-boss, which is right at the beginning. You then proceed to kill it and then jump off the map. This will spawn you right in front of him so you can continuously farm the mini-boss. Polaris Lance also makes this much faster if you manage to stun him with the ignitions. Your second best option is to farm the normal Lost Sector in the Dreaming City. I suggest either Chamber of Starlight or Aphelios Rest. You basically skip through all the ads and nuke the boss at the end. Then you walk out to reset the Lost Sector and then rinse and repeat. Step 3 requires you to complete an altered version of the Corrupted Strike, and the final boss is quite tough to solo, so I suggest bringing someone with you to help you out. So like usual, you go through the activity until you get to the 2 ogre bosses. Once you defeat them, you will follow a route that leads you to a platform where you can find the final boss. Now, this guy is extremely tough. It takes about 3 to 4 blade barrages to even kill him. Make sure you keep running around him so he doesn't boop you off the map, and destroy the eyes as well as the witches when they spawn. As soon as you kill the boss, you will be able to scan the broken down ghost lying on the ground. After the story ends, your next step is visiting Drifter once again. So head up to him and grab part 5 of the quest. This part can be quite a pain in the ass to get done because it requires you to deposit 500 motes and get 10 Gambit wins. Not to mention that dying with the motes will subtract double the progress. However, I am going to show you how I easily did this in less than 2 hours. You basically want to make yourself a Gambit speedrun build. That means an Eager Edge sword and the Strand subclass. This way you can grapple around the map, killing enemies and collecting motes. You ideally also want a very good ad clear weapon such as Forbearance. Once you have your build ready, then purely focus on killing enemies and grabbing motes. Do not worry about invading. Once you deposit the 500 motes, you will no longer lose progress when you die with them. Part 6 is where most people get stuck, because it requires you to get 4 kills in a single invade, or have a teammate do it 3 times instead. For this part, you want to ditch the Strand build and now focus on a PvP one instead. This means equipping your best machine gun and your best subclass. For example, on Hunter you simply want to go with Golden Gun and pop it when invading. It's almost always a guaranteed 3 to 4 kills because of how good Golden Gun is in PvP. The biggest tip I can give you is that when invading, sometimes it is better to wait a second or 2 to get closer to your enemies before shooting and revealing your position. Once you complete this step, all you have to do is go back to the Drifter and collect the hand cannon. Congratulations, you have obtained Malfeasance. But don't leave just yet, you still need the catalyst, which is extremely good because it gives Malfeasance extra range and Vorpal weapon, which is a 20% damage increase against bosses, mini-bosses, champions and vehicles. This catalyst is unfortunately a random drop from any of the playlist activities such as Crucible, Gambit, Strike and Nightfalls. If you want the most efficient way to obtain it, then Crucible and Gambit are the fastest. It could take you 1 run or even 20, it's all RNG. Once you obtain the catalyst, now it's time to actually complete it, and this requires you to get 700 kills with Malfeasance. The best way to get this done is to either get a Shurachi checkpoint from D2 checkpoints, go into Grasp of Avarice and farm the cave, or do the Altars of Sorrow on the moon. Now you have a fully kitted out Malfeasance ready to destroy any activity in the game. If you need help with the quest, then feel free to message me in my Discord server and I will be more than happy to help. I hope that you guys found this video helpful and have a wonderful rest of your day.